Hello, this is Jazz. Hey, um, I am definitely hanging out in my bed wearing a hat, and that's perfectly okay. Um, Today has been really, really, really rough. I got home, and I haven't been able to find a way to really reclaim any of the energy that I had prior to getting home, where somehow I've fallen into allowing myself to be haunted by memories of particular times that I try my hardest to stay out of because they will always draw me in, and I have yet to figure out an effective way to actually combat um, this person's magnetism over me. And like, I have tried various things, and it kind of doesn't work if there's no one for you to talk to about the thing that you want to talk about. And people will say, well, you could talk to your therapist. And what you don't think of when you're saying stuff like that is that I have talked to my therapist for 2 years. And a lot of the conclusions that I can come to with my therapist are not going to help me in actually finding resolution of the real problem, which exists between me and other people, not me and my therapist. My therapist doesn't have anything to do about it. So, I'm going to read some poems because that is what I am going to do. I've done a recording a couple of times here, and I haven't posted it, so we are rooting for this one. These poems are relatively new. The first one I'm going to read looks like it was written in March 2024, and it is called Not Made for Us. I counted the coins out on the counter, eyes behind me boring holes deeper with each clink, impatiently waiting to be rid of this forced observation. No one wants to see poverty. But I need these meds for my health. I can't help if my method of payment makes you think less of me. I've already been taught to hate myself, to feel I was inadequate, a stain on society. Being forced to fight almost every day against our society. It was not made for us to be successful. It was not made for us to be free. It was not made for us to be healthy. It was not made for us to be. Here's the $2 and dimes. I'll count them out for you. There's $5 in quarters. It should be $1 in each stack. The vision hurts. The truth hurts. Like watching the skin being ripped off a body, exposing the flesh and all the fluids within. Makes us uncomfortable remembering privilege, injustice, oppression. But if we just don't acknowledge it and look away, they say. And those who see the unsustainability of capitalism, the absurdity of hunger, homelessness, and money, that all the roles were made to reinforce the separation of the classes. People still screaming about who is more important, who actually deserves basic rights, and who deserves to eat. I grabbed the bag from the cashier, turning to look at the line behind me. How few faces dared to look into mine, knowing those were the ones that knew, their eyes communicating. We are sorry. This world is not for you. We know. It's not for us too. I felt so many more heads turn as I started to walk away, feeling their thoughts surely, their discomfort peeling off to reveal hate. There goes the spectacle. Imagine having to do that. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. Don't worry, I am. No one, no one wants to be poor. Which is true. No one wants to be poor. Poor me. Next poem is called This Is How We Know Somewhere We Went Wrong. Great title. I don't know that this is actually done. I watch the elders walking down the road, cold, while the rich drive their cars through town with the heat turned up. They're stuck in a spot where they don't have homes, and no one's there to help them because their kids are all gone. Land possessed without compensating the wealth, and if they had their health, maybe they'd be having fun on islands like your average retiree. But instead, with cane in hand and aching knees, they grieve their children and what's been done, erasing cultures passed down through the tongue. But when there's no one there to listen, and you can barely be heard, in order to have language, you must be understood. What we've already lost, we can never retrieve. Wisdom buried in graves that we probably need. Probably need. I think definitely need. This last one I wrote recently after watching a couple of my friends play music. And as far as I know, it doesn't maybe have a title. Maybe the title is supposed to be Reunion, but I can't remember. When would you meet me? A time, a space. Why can't I find words to explain? Each time you've tried, I wasn't ready to apologize. Now finally, you refuse to meet me anywhere, even your place. I'm a rodent digging holes through the frame. It's cold outside. The spider squished accidentally in silence, or were you just not listening? You claim to be versatile and interested in receiving the love I keep trying to give, but I guess you weren't clear about what you wanted from me. It takes loss to remember you ever forgot something. We were always going to fall in love. You ran, I chased. But it's tag. You're finally it. Don't be so upset now I'm tired of running. Maybe just admit there are no liars when no one is declared a winner. We can stop playing this game anytime you want. Or don't you remember, it was your idea in the first place? There's that. Okay, it's 8 minutes long, and I am trying to keep at bay my best intentions of breaking a silence that is being imposed upon me. But I love you, and I hope that you are trying to stay strong amid the chaos of this world, because it is not easy, and I am still doing it alone. And when I say that I'm doing it alone, I am never trying to trivialize the gratitude that I hold and extend constantly to the people who have supported and helped me. What I mean is that each day when I come home and I am here and struggling to make sense of not what I'm doing, but who will hold me when I feel as though I cannot continue to hold myself, because that is what I have been doing. No one can deny it because I have all of the evidence. I go and I try and do lots of different things by myself, and I don't want to. And I've started to refuse to do certain things, but that doesn't work either, because it looks like I don't want to do the things, when in fact, it's the opposite. I am still being forced into doing those things by need of what exchanging those services will bring me, because that is how I have learned to try and take care of myself. And unfortunately, it is not only unsustainable, but it is definitely not really working at full capacity. But we will get there, or we will. Okay. See you soon.